Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Borderlands. Let's continue. So, we've got to go down this area. It's pretty much just going to be a long run. We're just going to encourage as many enemies as possible to get in my sights before I run out of bullets. So I'm trying out this new sniper. And it's doing alright, but still not powerful enough. This sniper does a lot more damage than the sniper rifle is doing, like 3 to 4 times. We can just look instead of guess here. The sniper rifle I have does 196 damage per shot. It has 3 shots. In comparison, the burning sniper only does 770. But here's the deal. Because it has a 4 times chance of starting something on fire, if I can get him on fire, watch his life go down. No, I guess I'm gonna have to put that gun back. If you get them on fire, yes, there's a chance you could continuously burn them, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna be how it works anymore. So, just this much stronger rifle is the way to go, and that's what I was trying to test. We have this single scope dot here. Try and hit a critical on these guys if we can. As you can see, the sunlight's going down. Could I perhaps get further in a safer place? Not really. With the sniper, I kind of really need to get headshots too. There is a DLC part, and I don't want to be spoilish, but there's a DLC part where you are asked to play a significant portion of the DLC doing headshots. And because of that, you end up, well, at least I ended up spending a lot of extra time aiming for heads. And frankly, you have to aim for the top of the head, not even the bottom half of a character's head in that DLC to accomplish the goal. And I spent a lot of time having enemies run towards me as I'm slowly adjusting my shot. Now, I haven't mentioned it, but there's been these little statues of Marcuses that we've been picking up. Those are just larger collections of money. Let's see, 1 axe still does damage. I suppose in theory it would be very out of order, but you could go into that DLC if you knew about it earlier and then accomplish that quest for the headshots potentially a lot earlier, maybe. Picking up a lot of guns as we're working our way through this. This is effectively just a boss area like we saw before. To get to the key to this mine, you're going down a single path mostly, trying to find... Really? I'm full of bullets on all that. Trying to find the enemy and get the iridium artifact, which I didn't think there was any iridium. Well, actually, I guess there's iridium artifacts if I'm, but not iridium itself. Was this a fan? Yeah, because iridium itself, I think, doesn't come about until the next game. And I don't think there's any other quests or anything. I can use this to open that fence for whatever little that's worth. If I'm going to be using sniper rifle, though, having the high ground only makes sense. So this is a burning psycho, which means he's on fire and it's not going to hurt him. And so you can definitely see how that dot was right on his head, and yet it didn't kill him. That's because there is a level of randomization going on behind the scenes. This was also in Fallout 3, where you would shoot and then it would apply a very heavy percentage to see if you actually hit them or not. Here it's a much lower percentage, and you almost certainly will hit them, but perhaps not do as much damage as you feel like you should. So I think it's more of a, is this going to be a highly effective shot, or is this going to be a ineffective shot? Which is a better way to do it. Also, these guys have shields, so he may just take 2 shots. And eventually we will get a sniper rifle that has a much higher firing ratio for less damage, but that's kind of what you want. Right now this weapon is doing more damage than you really need, relatively speaking, and trading it down to 1/3 the damage and then tripling the fire speed so I can get 1 shot to kill a shield and 1 shot to snipe him in the head would be very much appreciated. See, things are just getting burnt and destroyed. Of course, I don't want to stay next to these barrels either. There you go, get a leading shot as he's moving. Of course, I'm supposed to be doing this while I'm reloading. Let's see if we can actually play right. Reload while we're down here. And let's just switch guns. I'm gonna die. I need a different gun. Pull out my revolver. And see, that's a great example of if you're actually a decent enough shot, and that don't even have to be a great shot, you can just shoot down the iron sights of a gun and not scope. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I need something. Where are you? So close there. So close to dying. We've got somebody with, I think, a machine gun. Let's switch back to this. Where is it? And that is a something Mark II, it says. So we got a guy behind a machine gun, and we can see we're about to die, and nothing's gonna save me. So just save my bullets. And that was 190 gold. 190. Notice my revolver is held up as I'm running. Let's see, it's probably not worth doing anything like this. Let's see. And see if we're gonna hit a level of difficulty running through this multiple times may prove to be exactly what's gonna have to happen. If I could just kill this guy. There's a bandit thug behind hit that machine. Or I can shoot the machine. And the machine has a lot of health. But if I could just headshot the thug, how about this? Run and gun. Is he gone? He's gone. So we've managed to figure our way around here, and now we can do it ourselves. Not super effective as far as a weapon, though. The only thing that's kind of helpful with is these psychos are gonna try and blow me up, and I'm in a good position to not take damage from that. And see, it almost seems like they intentionally spawned new characters just so I can shoot them with this. And frankly, it's not very fun. That could have been a lot more interesting of a twist, but it isn't. Alright, and when we look at the map and we're looking upwards, do we want to go this way or that way? I don't even know which way I'm really looking. I think I want to come over here and do a little bit more searching. There's a possibility, I suppose, that we would find a claptrap. In fact, we probably should find a claptrap, come to think of it. Get a couple of guns, at least. Refill our grenades. We've got We're low on grenades, certainly, if nothing else. Here it looks like just another area that was blocked off. This area says go up here. Alright. So we go up here and do what? We were over here. There we go. Maximum grenade refilled. Missed a chest there. It seems like we found everything. There's a lot of stuff on top that doesn't matter. Now I missed this. There's a weirdness that happens in this game. It's like nothing is ever important, yet everything's important. Like, you could not search, and you would, if you were very, very good at the game and saved all your bullets, never missed a shot, you could probably search about a third of the number of places for bullets. And if you only opened up chests for weapons every third time, you'd probably only still have enough weapons that are worthwhile. The system seems rather incredibly balanced. At least it does for me. Maybe I also have to admit that I'm the OCD collector type, so of course my mentality is going to be to pick up everything. Let's see. Let's see. This is something I'm supposed to do later. So, right now, where are we on the map? Yeah, we're kind of looking in the wrong direction in a section that we won't even have to do anything with, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll come back here. I guess there is a valid argument to just following the arrows. You have a little bit of shock crystals here. We're just going down this way. More gold. That high fire rate double shot with a lot of control is appealing. So it seems like this mine is mining shock crystals. Interesting. You would think shock crystals would play more of a role in the game then, but they kinda don't. At least not what I remember. Of course, it has been a while too. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a decent selection of content in this first game that I've forgotten.
I'm really good at this.
But I also have played this a couple of times, so I wouldn't be surprised if I've memorized most of it. This probably is a great choice of a game if you could never play another game again. That's one of those silly juvenile arguments, certainly. Like, what scenario you're going to be in where you could never play any other game again in your life? Unless you're boarding a spaceship off to Mars. Even then, that's highly unlikely. That's a 147 gun, so I don't want to pick up anything that's cheap. I'm just looking at the price now. and using the price of the guns as a determination whether they're even worth looking at. And I hope I don't find out at some later date that that's the wrong way to do it. See, I'm looking all around here. Still having to do like 3 shots to kill these guys. Enjoying this revolver quite a bit. So 620. Let's see if we can find something else that is less than 620 in our collection. That's less, so we'll take that. And see, I'm not even really looking at the guns from a perspective of, are they better? I'm only looking at them from the perspective of, are they valuable? Let's see, we're supposed to kill this one guy, and hopefully we're not supposed to collect these things, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a quest that says come back here and collect all these things. Am I looking the right way? Yes, I am. It kind of feels like that the further you shoot with some of these guns too, your accuracy goes up instead of going down. 80 XP now when killing that guy. That's appreciated. I would like to hit as high a level as possible. It might, I don't remember, but we might also run into a max level until we went to New Game Plus, and if that becomes the case, well then there's a lot less reason to grind. And here we can get more area that is out of bounds, and look at that. That's all you can do with it though. These guys seem to have been using big old bulldozers to mine. Let's come on. Second wind. This is a different way to criticize a game too. It really gets down to the difficulty of how you can use examples in video games, or how you should be allowed to use examples in video games under the idea of fair use. Like, for every hour of criticism that I'm making here, am I going to play 4 or 5 hours of gameplay? Because I'm fully aware I'm not talking too much, that much, and because there's really not that much to say. I'm gonna die if I'm not careful.
No ammo.
I was out of ammo or something. I'm out of... So that sucked. I'm out of revolver bullets, so it's probably time to switch to another gun. SMG. We'll try this. keep things interesting. Where were we? You want me over here? Fine.
I'm really good at this.
I'm noticing that this section's lacking in places to get more bullets. This gun is not very good. And I'm right on the edge, so that's not gonna work. And that revolver was working really nicely too. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if I watched a 2-hour movie, and in this 2-hour movie it was just black space. I mean, I'm using a really exaggerated example here, but let's just say it was like watching paint dry, or Blackness was the name of the movie, and it was nothing but just darkness and silence. As a critic, there's very little you can say there. Like, but perhaps you could say, well, on the second hour you start, I personally had this experience where I started reflecting on the inner and deeper meaning of all of this, and if there is any inner deeper meaning to all of this. Let's see if we can find anything that's cheap. Blast Gambit. Let's see. How does that work? 60 with the 3 times of explosion versus what I had before. I don't think so. Yeah, this 196 is hard to beat. This one, how about this? Burning rifle. Am I really gonna throw that away? How about we get rid of this rusty sniper? That's one to get rid of. So maybe you could find some deeper artistic meaning to a movie that was all blackness. This is an extreme example in art, and I would more than likely argue no, you can't, and they're just being ridiculous to make a movie that's all black in silence. But if that was the case, how much of that blackness is fair use to show? How much do you have to criticize over that blackness? That's where it gets weird, and particularly in video games, which at their core are functions that do the same thing over and over again. So in this case, enemies spawn, they attack you, you attack them. Whoever survives moves forward in the game. How much of this repetition, how often do I have to criticize? And there's really no legal certainty here. That's a bug. And as I do it, as I record things, I'm doing it live. Arguably, I would make the argument that as long as you're pretty consistently criticizing or saying something, you're adding something to the art, is even when it's odd like this. This is a very odd thing, because it's the whole game. The whole game is this. And I don't know if I'm making any sense, and this will make certainly a lot more sense to YouTubers and copyright lawyers than anybody else. But the whole game kind of needs to be viewed as, I'm gonna take that as a whole. Let's see, let's go ahead and take this high capacity shield too. But it's really hard to figure out what to say that's not just repetitive, and I'm even okay with being a little bit repetitive. Let's see, this explosive contact is 3540, so well, but this also is worth 500. This terrible scattergun, we'll get rid of this, and I want to take this and this instead. And how much editing and how much work would I have to do? It would be a massive amount. This game, before you even get to the DLC, is a 60-hour game on average. So, and then it's about 100 hours by the time you've done all the DLC. And if I was just to edit it to the cutscenes, would that be any better? To then have this compilation that shows none of the actual gameplay and then try to only criticize it from the art? Or artwork and design and story writing of the cutscenes? Explosive bouncing Betty. Let's see. And sadly, fair use has never been determined in the courts. I don't even know if it's ever been successfully used in the courts. Not being a lawyer myself. So, it really comes down to more of a general understanding. Ooh, I will take that. Of, we know it when we see it. We'll know when you're violating fair use when we see it. Let's see. I can't even care enough to look at these weapons. So I'm just kind of trading out weapons by price only. I need to re-equip a gun though. So I definitely need twice as much. Let's see. Twice as much space just to hold on to all of these guns. This game is about running and gunning and shooting, so all of that needs to be shown. I need to show how big this game is. Imagine a movie critic only showed like a second of Casablanca, like, or one of the other epic movies that go on for hours and hours. See, they want me to go up there. Is that really going to be educational and beneficiary to anybody to only show a second? So I need my health re-healed, and the problem is I need to equip a different shield and drop something else that's only worth 100. Let's see, healing shield equip, and transfusion dropped for shock contact. And see, because I didn't have that shield equipped, I wasn't regaining my health, and because I wasn't regaining my health, I couldn't do anything. So how do we want to take on this boss? while we're sitting here watching our health upgrade. Actually, it's not even going up. Like 209, while we're in the menu, it just stays. We don't have another point here. And see, that's just the kind of the... This is such a different way to cover a game. This is not the typical kind of game I would cover, actually. I would say forget it. This one's too odd and too long. I've given it some thought to maybe not doing all the DLC right now. That certainly is a thought, but I don't think so. Okay, here we have an incendiary cobra rifle. Let's equip this. And I wish there was a flag button so I could just flag my favorites. And that, I think that comes out in the second game. So I'm looking at something 331 times 10 with a chance of burning. This was 31 times 6 with a, but that's an SMG. 58 times 6.9, that's an SMG. So this gun is a lot better than that other SMG. Let's go ahead and put the primal masher here. SMG 28. Let's see, here we've got one that's a scoped rifle, 40 times this. I don't think that's really worth much. Explosive gun, level 5. Let's go ahead and drop that one. And see, I'm still not ready to get rid of the burning sniper. 560, 687. And the health, just crouch down and watch the health go up. This is so dumb. It's not worth doing. It's not worth doing it. Let's just equip it. Our extra tough shield. We'll crouch down, wait for our shield to refill. We'll equip all of our guns. And we'll see what we do. So I fully know. Oh, well, geez, if I had known this was how it was going to work. It's an interesting idea they've got going here. Alright, so full ammo. This SMG is 28 times 6.9. This SMG is 31 times 6.9. So there's no reason to keep that one. This SMG is 32 times 6.9 with a fire instead of an explosive. So sell this one. Let's see, this terrible shotgun is 9 times 30 at 0.9. This is 9 times 17 at 0.7, so this is way worse. This burning sniper's time to go. Sell it. Shock contact, transfusion, and a shield and a healing shield. I hate to get rid of it, but it's for the best. This battle rifle is 54 times 10. This is 40 times 5, 7. So I see no reason to keep this. This incendiary SMG is 32 times 6.9. Where this incendiary repeater, let's see, what do we have here? This one is 31 times 10. Let's see. 52, 54 times 10. Really? So this battle rifle is 54 times 10, 91 accuracy. This one here, 31 times 10. So sell that. This is 54 times 10. We need to equip that. This SMG is 32 times 8. This one does fire. This one just fires more bullets. I think if you want to fire more bullets, you want to fire more bullets, so we'll sell that. This bruiser is 55 times 6, 9. This is 32 times 8, 1. I think I'll take this one out. This revolver does 189 with 2 shots, where this one does 38 times 7. I'm not sure how I want that to work, but I think 55. Let's go ahead and equip that one. I think we probably have more than one shotgun here, or just need to get rid of this terrible shotgun.
You won't find finer gear anywhere on the planet.
Yeah, let's just sell the terrible shotgun, even though we don't even have a shotgun. And I think we've got all the upgrades for now.
If you need healing, step right up.
So, light insta-heal. And this is a soldier class tag, so we can't do anything. Let's see, insta-heal, almost insta-heals in this, but not quite. There we go. And see, if anything I ever sold needed to come back into my inventory, there's a good chance I could still pick it up. Is there any other weapons around that I should pick up? Just playing a lot of inventory hero here. And we may find out that the boss is really easy. We may find out that the boss is really hard.
Someone always has the upper hand. Make sure it's you.
Desert Bruiser, Incendiary Repeater, the Gamble, 60 times 0.07, 3 times of expansive, versus, what do we have, the Long Thunder. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Blast Gamble. Incendiary Repeater, 47 times 4.9 versus a 54 times 10. Get rid of this machine gun. 40 times 10. It's not as good either. There we go. And let's do this. We may get a little conversation and actual talking here. The fact that so little of this game actually does have talking in it.
This one is a brute, and he has a powerful shield you will need to whittle down before you can hurt him. Don't let him touch you.
So we have either or, not I thought it said naughty or nice. So the good news is my phase walk might work kind of nicely. It doesn't matter which way you go. I might be able to shoot him with the phase shield. It seems like I'll be able to work my way back up the stairway. Sledge. P.S. You guys aren't friends. Alright, so couple of shots with that. And we're trying to do as much damage as possible. You know, wouldn't be terrible if I got my shield back up. You can see he's doing some area of effect attack with a hammer. But I'm about to win. And we got Sledge's shotgun, which is nice. Where's the other guys? Seems like he only had a couple of guys with him. So that was easy. And here we have his throne. And in here you can see an Iridian artifact, as well as a bunch of money.
I'd like to know what that is. The vault is real. What you are holding is the key that opens it. One part of it anyway.
So we just found one part of the key to open the vault. Yay. So if you were wondering how long this game is, we've just now started the real path to getting to the vault.
This is Commandant Steele of the Atlas Corporation, Crimson Lance D Company, 3rd Starborn Brigade. I have just been informed that you have arrived on Pandora in search of the vault, and within minutes have started killing the locals and causing a disturbance. This planet is under the authority of the Atlas Corporation, and any Iridian artifacts found here are Atlas property. Possession of such property carries a stiff penalty. I invite you to turn yourself in at once to the nearest Lance outpost and surrender any information or artifacts in your possession. Consider this your one and only warning.
So the Atlas Corporation wants that artifact. And that's not very good for me, because that means instead of just fighting a bunch of psychos and bandits, we are now going to be given a little bit more of a challenge, fighting some actually trained military people, paramilitary corporation things, private police type people. All the skills of the military, none of the law is holding them back. So we're now trying to turn in this this quest, which is way over there, and there's no other thing to do in this area right now. And from over here, there was no exit, or if there was an exit, I didn't see it. Let's see, let's go ahead and pick things up as we run backwards. So, more of these guys. Try to get as many of these guys killed as fastly as possible, because I want that extra experience.
You'd better run!
Nope.
What are you? Scared? Or something?
Almost died there. I'd prefer a healing shield, but a larger shield does have a slight appeal. And as we run back, we'll pick up more guns and pick up things we left on the ground. Which this is just kind of a bad system, honestly. If the goal is to simply push the player to see the content twice over, you're just stretching the game out. And as good as this game is, as much as I like it, it is definitely guilty of stretching the game out. At least in some parts. Making you come back and play more. And sure, if this was closer to the MMOs like World of Warcraft, it would make more sense. And this almost is an MMO, it's just not the massive part. It's a multiplayer online, it's just not the massive multiplayer online. So it's an MO, if I can be so bold as to name it. But it's also a single player game. I was thinking there might be something in here. You see, I can't even really jump down to take these guys on. Oh no.
You never should have come here, now you're gonna pay!
I need to get a critical shot. I guess the good news is I could sell things. Substandard repeater versus this repeater. We can sell that. 42 times 15. Sledge's shotgun should be equipped. It has an accuracy of 0 though, so it's gonna be slightly problematic here. There. One thing I wanted to see is perhaps maybe there is a different way out of here. None of these bullets unnecessary. So, like, where we are on the map kind of tells me that there should be a room over here. And there is. And that door opens. And that saves me a lot of time. Just jumping down. And where are we now? We're a lot closer. I believe if I just run this way a little bit, we may find a pretty easy path. Let's see, we're back to the beginning. And I think that's the right way to play it, too. I honestly don't feel like you benefit too much from running around the whole area again. We're going to get some bounty board quests that are going to have us come back in this area and do it, run around the whole thing at least once more. Anyways. So. All the bullets are gone, but these chests haven't been refilled. That's kind of surprising.
But you know, Shep Sanders in the arid Badlands has another job for you.
So, all of our quests, except for this quest, I think revolve around going to the bounty board. Right? Yes, all of those are bounty board quests. So let's see if we can get across this area without too much of a hassle. And just kind of work our way through this over the hills. A lot more than you would even realize you could do. And that makes for some nice wall crawling here. And if you get upside down, I guess you just have to decide to crawl out of the car, and you're stuck from that point in anymore. Not too bad of a system though. So my hope is I can do the final round, which was level 19 skags. So we're right on the curve. And we aren't going to get enough experience to get above that. But even if I can't do this right now, there's a decent chance I can notice it changed the quest to these round survived quest. I can do the other quest if I can't do this one. All I need to do is survive these skags. This is not as rapid fire as I would have liked. So elder skags, let's see how many shots it takes to kill them. Not too many, but maybe a little bit more than I would like. If I can keep these all these guys in a group, that would probably be helpful. My shield's going down. Alpha skag, this will be interesting. It's probably time to start pulling out the big guns. I need to target this other alpha skag. Let's see. Go ahead and throw one of these and see what it does. I might just need to cheat here and buy a bunch of health. And
Used all my ammo.
well, they went nice on me, I think. Instead of a level 19 fire badass character, they just give me a couple of alpha skags. Interesting. They went easy on me. But I'll take it. Let's just find the way out. Get the money while we're here. Turn this in. And now we have a stabilized torment, which is 34 times 13, and a bunch of experience. And that's completely done. So now we can come over here. We don't have another point to spend. Stabilized tournament is 34 times 13 SMG. This shotgun does a... This shotgun just needs to be sold. Like, there's... We'll go ahead and equip it and shoot it once, but it doesn't even need to exist. This incendiary repeater is 37 times 38. What is this? 34 times 13. Do I want to try anything else? Not right now. Let's see. So, there's like no accuracy at all on this. So it's just gonna go. It's just gonna go really fast, which would be helpful. And the reload's not too bad, actually. But nah. This thing is gonna burn through bullets. But I think it might be the best weapon. And this one's the same one we had before.
If you want to get to the vault first, you're gonna need to eliminate the competition.
So bye-bye the sledge's shotgun. That's not gonna work. And then the stabilized torment is 34 times 13. Compare this to any other repeaters. 37 times 38. 34 times 13. But this one starts fires. I'm gonna sell this one. And then we've got to think about repeaters. SMGs. 25 times 10 on an SMG with a chance to cause fire. 55 times that, so we don't need this SMG at all. Let's see. 35 times this. We don't need that. We have two battle rifles. One is 54 times 10. One is 42 times 15. This one has a higher fire rate, but does less damage. This one has a lower fire rate, but does more damage. So let's get rid of this. Even though the fire rate is nearly double, it also means I'd run out of bullets faster. And that's what I'm trying to work with here. Let's see. And then we have two revolvers. And I probably need to sell this revolver. If I'm going to keep this long shot that does 196, I already have something that does more damage. So sell that one. SMG. There we go. We'll go and equip that. Come over here. And the thing is, as soon as we level up either one more or something changes, we should be getting some storage deck upgrades that I can buy. And I'm hoping that happens pretty soon here. Otherwise, I'm going to end up... let's see. Like... This is a not very good weapon. I'm going to end up buying something like this that is going to be probably not worth it. This requirement here of this flaming rocket compared to my rocket in my backpack. Let's see, it does slightly more damage, but it only has one shot. So that's not helpful. A static repeater. A lot of these weapons are not very good. And then over here, standard healing shield. I don't really want that. But we can certainly do a lot of this. It doesn't even matter now, just heal everything up. So I've got more money than I really can do anything with. right now. And the quest, our proficiency is at 8 with repeaters and at 5 with sniper rifles. So you can see that's what we're heavily focusing on. We're at level 19, which seems actually like a really high level considering how much more of the game I think is here. And also, we are kind of at a sort of high level to the point here where 5% chance to save ammo might be a very good, useful Phoenix ability. So that is something I'm going to have to consider. But no, after I get this one level up, we're going to increase our shield capacity and then get the ability to heal when we phase walk. Otherwise, there's nothing else we can do. And we have to turn in all of these other things after we get Mo and Marley killed, which that's my next goal, is to go kill Mo and Marley, which should be really easy now. Was it trivial at level 15? That's what they say, but sometimes their estimations are not right. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.